Welcome back to Benilde-St. Margaret's High School. Today we're going to do some soccer. We've got the MSHSL boys soccer going on. The Benilde-St. Margaret's Red Knights are hosting the Robbinsdale Cooper Hawks. It's a Metro West Conference game. Both teams trying to make a late push, get some wins on the board before the postseason. Cooper coming in with just 2 wins, 9 losses, and a tie. Benilde 6-4-3. We're about to go down the field for the kickoff now. Looks like it'll be Luke Horton and Griffin Elin up there to start. Robbinsdale Cooper coach Cameron Opal and longtime coach Dave Platt for the Red Knights. Just about to get underway here. Refs talking, getting set up. Benilde coming off of a 0-0 tie against St. Louis Park. That one went into overtime. They played 2 5-minute overtimes in high school soccer, and no one could get it done there. No goals in regular time either, 0-0. Before that, Benilde-St. Margaret's coming off a 3-2 loss to Chanhassen. And before that, St. Paul Academy, they won 2-1. And we are just getting underway here. Right now, Benilde's back line hanging on to it. It's sent up. We'll have the first push of the game. Elin controls it in there and sends it back again. And now out to Jerry Callingar, number 17. Senior defenseman for this Benilde-St. Margaret's Red Knights team. And now Cooper fighting and gets the ball back. That is going to be number 10, Lorenzo Banks. Banks back to 16, Abdul Rahman. And it goes out. It will be a throw in for Cooper. Downfield there with a nice play in the air was Ogamba, but it does end up rolling out of bounds and it will go back to the Red Knights. Red Knights a lot this season have had a tough time really getting the ball downfield and creating those opportunities. That's something we're going to see change tonight against a defense that likes to give up a lot of goals in Cooper Hawks defense, and that's one thing they're going to work on. They've got a good keeper in the net, senior, with some experience, Lincoln Koskela, and it looks like from looking at the team's stats that it should be a fairly evenly matched game, but Benilde looking like they have the edge. We don't know for sure though. We'll see throughout the ball game. Definitely something we saw though in Benilde's 0-2 loss to Edina was just the lack of possession that the Red Knights were able to control, and that's something that they're going to change today too, and that they've been doing a little better at throughout the season. On the Cooper side, their goal is going to be to possess the ball, give Benilde as few scoring opportunities as possible. And we see a good jump there, not offsides for Benilde now, and it looks like, I think that was Luke Horton, number 3, pushed down inside the box, and I believe they're awarding him a penalty. So just 3 minutes into the game, looks like the Red Knights have earned a penalty kick. Luke was pushed down chasing the ball. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Probably not, but we got tangled up. Didn't look like a dive. But anyway, so now early opportunity for Benilde just 3 minutes into this game as we're talking about Cooper needing to give Benilde less opportunities than they've given in games past. Luke Horton, a good shooter here, is going to take it to the right side, slow and on the ground, and it is through. Goal for Benilde early, 1-0 Red Knights, just 3.5 minutes into this game.
Scoring for the Red Knights, number 3, Luke
So we saw Benilde get a good jump down there. It was their left winger. And if I'm not mistaken, it was Colin Segner, number 5, the junior forward. And he got a good jump there and then sent it up to Luke. Luke had his man beat, and Cooper had to do something about that. It was going to be a goal regardless, at least a good scoring opportunity. Couldn't make the play on him, so Luke got knocked down and put the penalty kick right in the back of the net. Early lead for the Red Knights, 1-0. Now in the circle, 4, Cooper, 7, Pinzon Medina, and number 10, Banks. Just waiting for the ref signal. He's over talking to Cooper coach right now, Cameron Opel. He's discussing the penalty kick call. Now Cooper trying to do something with it, but almost giving it back to Benilde. Luke Horton was right there. Luckily, Cooper gets it downfield, but fighting for possession now, and it rolls out of bounds. It looks like they'll award that to Cooper, so throw in for them. And Banks gets it, but they'll throw it in again. And this time he goes past Banks to 16. That's Abdul Rahman. Good clear away for Benilde. That was Tweston, the junior defender. Sent right out of bounds by Cooper. It's Williams, and it's thrown back in. Horton struggling for it, but it looks like it's going to be out on Cooper and a throw in for Benilde. Throw into the senior captain, Elin, also a lacrosse star. And inside now is McMonigal. Can't quite get there. It's a good clear out for Cooper. I believe that was 14 for the Hawks, Fitzsimmons. All the way down the other side, and it's sent out by Pulley. Good clear there as we saw number 7, Pinzon Medina, approaching the box with a chance. So it will be a Hawks throw in. And it goes into 6, Alex Da. Abdul Rahman with it now. Up the middle, and Elin making him work for it. And Abdul Rahman just sends it back out to his back line now. Over to Banks. Banks kicks it out to number 14, Fitzsimmons. Fitzsimmons on the edge. Looks like an opportunity here to cross. Or send it in. Whistle blown, and he's called offside, so it will be Benilde ball. Kevnor sends it down to Elin, and Elin sending all the way downfield. Horton might have a chance here. He kicks it up over the keeper and in. What a great hustle play by Luke Horton. He has his second goal of the game here, and we're just 5 minutes, 45 seconds into this one. Luke Horton with 2. He had that penalty kick just a few minutes ago, and there looks like he just had his man beat. A good setup there. I think that was Elin that kicked it over, and Luke just had a couple steps on the defender, and it looked like Koskela was about a foot away from getting there and stopping the shot, but Luke just barely got enough to get it over and had a nice curve on it at the end. It initially didn't look like it was going to go in. It looked like it might have hit the post or gone wide right, but it had this little curve at the end that just barely made it go in. Great shot, great play all around by Luke Horton. Got to give him props for that hustle. And his hustle earlier when he drew the penalty kick and ended up making that. So 2 hard-earned goals for Luke Horton early in this one. Cooper trying to do something with it, but that's number 14, Fitzsimmons, just couldn't handle it. Benilde throw in, and that's to Connor Lamb, the junior. And Cooper, number 19, Zai with it. And he sends it up to Da. And trying to push it through. Aggressive play there was number 16, Abdul Rahman. One of the more effective midfielders on this team. Couldn't quite get it through. Now Benilde has it back going downfield. Luke Horton with it. And he sees McMonigal up in front of him. He might get there. He has it. Another opportunity for Benilde, but he can't quite handle it. Rolls out of bounds. McMonigal was looking for something there, a foul, but didn't get it, as it looked like he just got tangled up. Good no call by the ref there.
Pitching the game for the Hawks.
That'll go for a goal kick. And they're going to let number 3 take it. That's Colin Varhol, senior midfielder for this team. Sends it right into the middle. Griffin got his head on it, Griffin Elan, but it's going to be Cooper ball. Playing around with it in the middle, trying to make something of it. It's number 6 for Cooper, getting aggressive. That's Da, but knocked over. It's up going out of bounds off Benilde, and it'll be Cooper throw in. And looks like Jerry just gets there, but there's still a fight for it. Rolls out, and it will be the first corner kick of the game. That will be Fitzsimmons taking that one. Here's Cooper's first scoring opportunity. See what they do. Looks like Benilde has the height advantage in the box there. That's always important. But very aggressively coming in, number 11, Edio Gamba, but can't get there. Is a little high, the cross. Ends up going out, and now it will be Benilde's ball. Segner handling it. Commerce sending it up. Oscar over to Jerry. Frankie Gormley now on the back line with it. Not the tallest guy on the team, but his speed cannot be matched. Quick, aggressive guy down there. Now Gormley back to the other captain, Commerce. Captains are Elin, Commerce, and Cleveland. And a shot. Well, he's sending it out to Jerry. He's looking down and sees Connor Lamb. Over to Commerce. Commerce going to run with it. Taking it up to about midfield. He's got to look for some options. He does. He sends it through. And Segner actually does end up handling it. Can't quite get it to Luke Horton, though. Hawks can't clear it, however. It goes back to Tweston. Now Jerry has it on the right side. Sent through to the middle of Gormley. But back to the Hawks. That was number 19, Zeze, with the takeaway. And down the right side, a cross opportunity for the Hawks here. Into the middle. Jerry gets a leg on it and back to Poli for the goal kick. Good defensive play there by Jerry Calignor not to let any forward get to that one. Angled it just right, so it went right back to Poli. Not too fast. One that he could handle. And Gormley now sending it up, and that went to Segner, and Segner tried to hit Luke Horton, couldn't. Hawks take it back. That was Alex Daw with it. And now, takeaway from Zay number 19. Weston trying to take it downfield, can't quite do the job there. And now Elin with it, sending it through. A rocket of a kick, though, and it curves and goes out. Couldn't quite get there. Colin Segner couldn't quite get there. Rolls out of bounds. It will be Cooper ball. And once again, it looks like Colin Varl is going to be taking it. If you're just joining us, I'm sorry. You missed a couple good goals right away. Just 2 minutes in, we had Luke Horton draw a penalty kick. Sent that one to the right and in. Keeper, that was Koskela, just dove to his right side and ball went to his left. Now we see another opportunity here for Benilde. And that's Connor Lamb, couldn't quite do anything with it there. And then Luke Horton, just a few minutes later, had another goal. I think it was Elin that sent it over right in front of Horton. 2 examples where Luke Horton has shown great hustle so far. They've resulted in 2 goals. And 2 is a lot in this game. Could end up proving to be the difference. Luke Horton's hustle in the first 5-6 minutes of this game. Haven't had anything since then, however. Cooper a couple corner kicks. And besides those 2 goals on really fast breakaways, it's been fairly even possession going back and forth in the middle of the field. Cooper had those 2 corners, obviously, but nobody really creating too many opportunities here yet. Jerry with the ball on the right side. We'll see what he tries to do. This is back in the middle and out to the left side. That's Commerce. Commerce, Weston, back to Commerce. Got a defender charging up on him, so he'll send it over the head of Gormley over to Cleveland. Cleveland's going to look back to Frankie Gormley, and Gormley's probably going to send it out to the side. He does to Elin. And Elin to Jerry, so slowly this Benilde team moving up the field, possessing the ball, something they weren't able to do too much last time I was here against Edina. And now downfield to Horton, another chance for Horton here. We'll see what he does. He sends it through. Can't quite get it to the other side there. That would have been that was a great opportunity. Would have been a great finish if he could get it to Colin Segner over there. But it was just deflected away. As we see here, we've got replay. Luke Horton taking it in to the edge of the box. A dart over there, but good defensive play. Keeping it out. And now Luke Horton with another penalty kick. Horton sending it to the right again and sends it in again. So just about not even 15 minutes into this game. We're just under the 15-minute mark. Luke Horton has himself a hat trick on 2 penalties. And now they're going to re-kick that one. So scratch that for a minute. Wonder if he'll go right again. We'll see. Keeper's going to go that way. No, he started to, and it was saved, but he's still got a chance. Horton chasing it over to the side now. So scratch that no hat trick for Horton as he had to re-kick the penalty. And it looks like Cooper just caught a huge break there. As a 3-0 game in the first 15 minutes. 2-0 is something you can handle. But see there, great diving save. Just got the fingertips on it there. Give Lincoln Koskela credit for that one. He's a senior goalie. He knows what he's doing in there, and good job by him. He started to look like he was going to his left, where Luke has taken the first 2 penalties, but then really just was patient and didn't guess, followed the ball, and just got there in time. He trusted himself, his instincts to get out there once he knew where it was going and really get stretched out. He did. So props to him for that. That could end up being a huge save. And another grab out of the air for Koskela. Good performance for him the last couple minutes, and now he's going to wait it out while the players get a little downfield, ease the pressure off. Good leg on him. He sends it to the other side. And it looked for a second like Cooper might be able to handle it, but can't. Now Luke Horton's going to fight a few Cooper players to try to get possession. Looks like we might be having that midfield battle now. Elin has a chance, though. He sends it up to McMonigal. On the edge of the box, Cooper's going to be careful not to give up another penalty. 2 already in the first 15 minutes. That might end up hurting their game a little bit if they're not going to be able to be as aggressive. I don't think that should change them too much, but if they're not trying to make plays, this quick Benilde team can just go right around them. Sent through an aggressive push, and that was number 3, Varhol, Colin Varhol, for the Hawks. He's the one who's been taking the kicks from the box. One of the bigger legs on this team, and there he tried to show that off. Couldn't quite get it through, though. Benilde was there. Now Benilde's playing their back line for a minute. Commerce, Gormley back to Commerce. Good quick touch, and now down the field is Segner. Taken away, and now number 10. Banks has it. See what Jerry can do. Coming up almost to forward territory for him. Not used to that. And Gormley tries to step in front. Commerce tries to get there, and good thing Jerry was there. That would have been a 3-on-0, 3-on-1 maybe opportunity if one of the defenders got there. But big save there. I think the only guy there would have been Connor Lamb. Down to the right side and out. It will be a Benilde goal kick. Just not quite there in time. But yeah, that was a good job by Cooper on that one, getting in position. Fitzsimmons, I believe, was there. Number 7, that was Pinzon Medina, was there. And then they had one more player, and that would have been a good opportunity had Jerry Calignor not been there to knock it away. Good job by him getting back after taking it up almost to the other 30-yard line. Substitution for Cooper. Now we're starting up again. Benilde possessing. Jerry looks in the middle to Elin. Elin through, but Zatoni can't quite get there. So Cooper taking it back down the other side quickly. Good job by Zeze, not giving it away there. Just sending it back, playing it safe. Now Abdul Rahman sends it up. And Ogamba now controlling it on the right side. Looks like he wants to make a move there. And he just sends one right to Joey Poli. And I don't know, it looked like he might have been holding his back for a second there. Maybe that's just what he does after a save. I haven't ever noticed that before, but doesn't look to be hurt. Zatoni up through now, tries to get it to McMonigal, but Johnson was there, and then a quick shot, but off to the left side. And now Cooper will have another sub. William Dominguez is going to come in now, and going out is number number 9. Cooper doesn't have them rostered, so sorry about that. But into the game now, William Dominguez, the senior midfielder. Big leg again, that's Varhol sending it over. Da trying to make a play on it now. Keep it away from Benilde, and he does keep it in bounds. Good kick, sending it backwards behind him to send it forward for their positioning. Unfortunately for Cooper, they couldn't hold on to it too long. Now Benilde's got the ball back, and that's Griffin Elin with it. He'll just send it back to Commerce, let everyone get set up. Take a little rest now. Connor Lamb now up to Zatoni. Zatoni trying to get on it. That was a good dive there by Fitzsimmons. Good slide, but couldn't get the ball. Cooper does take it back, however. Zeze sending it up. Who's it going to be taking it? It will be Joey Pohl. He'll send it out. Cooper had a good 2-on-0, though. There. I believe that was Ogamba on the far right. And maybe Dominguez next to him. Couldn't get there in time, though. Good job by Pohl being aggressive, coming out of the box and sending it away. Ogamba now taking it over to the side. And keeping it in bounds is Fitzsimmons. Whistle blown. Offsides. Benilde ball. Through the middle, Elin sending it out. Tweston's going to hustle to get there. He just does, but it's going to end up going out of bounds anyway. And they will call that a throw-in. Elin to Gormley. Gormley sending it through. Jerry is there. He is able to control it. Good move there. And sends it through. Oscar can't handle it, but Fenn's loving that move there. Good job by Jerry. And for how big of a length of field he's playing here, he doesn't seem to be losing too much steam now. As Gormley coming through to try to defend that play, Pinzo and Medina almost got in there. He got in the box. Looked like he had an opportunity, but like I was talking about earlier, Gormley's quick speed helped him get in there and stop a potential shot. Benilde whistled for a foul, and that will be Cooper's free kick. And taking it is going to be Fitzsimmons from the 25-yard line. So he'll be about 35 yards off the net here. Again now, Benilde with a slight height advantage, so that's going to help them all game defending in the box. We'll see if he goes directly for the shot here. Now it looks like it's going to be Ogamba taking it. See what he does. He's going to go maybe for the shot, but it deflected, so couldn't really tell in the end. Goes out of bounds.
Entering the game for the Hawks, number 23, William Johnson.
I believe that will be a corner now.
Number 9.
Didn't see the signal, but
Chris
looked like it rolled out behind the flag there.
Entering the game for the Red Knights, number 7, Carter Payne.
Now Benilde with a sub. Carter Payne coming into the game.
Corner kick, Hawks.
That senior midfielder for this team, Carter Payne. Corner is in. And that looked like Commerce that got ahead on it there, out. We'll see if Zatoni can get to it. He can't, so Cooper, good play by Elin there. Knocking it away, almost got possession. But Cullen Varhol was fighting for it, and it will end up going to Cooper. Cooper now, number 14, Fitzsimmons, going to take this one. See what Fitzsimmons does. This is about the same distance as the last free kick they had, where it looked like Ogamba might have taken a shot. It deflected. See what Fitzsimmons does. He sends it through. This one's going to be more of a pass situation, but Elin again gets ahead on it. He's had a couple of those in this game so far, where he's just sent it back out. Now Zatoni controlling it. He's going to try to give it up to Jerry. And Jerry through, but Zatoni can't get there in time. Beating him is going to be Varhol. See if he can control it, and he is pushed and whistle blown, and it will be Cooper's. So far, just the 2 goals by Luke Horton. He's had 2 penalty kick opportunities. The second one he made, it was called back though, and they had to re-kick it. And that one, a great diving save. Stretched out was Lincoln Koskela for the Cooper Hawks. So Horton has 2 goals. However, the one penalty kick just a couple minutes into the game, and then, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes into it, he scored again. I think Elin set him up on that one, and Horton just showing a lot of hustle, getting down there, beating the defender by a couple steps each time. Really earning those goals. And now it's sent in. Zatoni thought he might have an opportunity, but it goes straight to Lincoln Koskela, who's going to send it out. Downfield, Tweston gets a foot on it, and that's good because he actually sent it right out to Nick Burns. Burns can't hold on to it for long, though. Goes right back to Cooper. Colin Varlow with it, sending it up. Gets through, but Commerce will get there first. Connor Lamb can't control it. And now Cooper with a shot, but it just goes over by a couple feet over the crossbar.
Number 19, Billy Panic. Number 3, Luke Horton.
Couple subs now. Zatoni going out, Horton coming in. Billy Panic now in the game for Cleveland, who's going to get a break. It's going to be Tweston taking this one. Elin can't get ahead on it that time. It will go back to him, however. It looks like he was pushed. Ref gives Benilde possession. See Jerry on his right, Carter Payne on his left. He tries to get it to Payne, but ends up sending it straight to number 10, that's Banks. Elin saw Payne there, just didn't see Banks get position right in front of him. Now Tweston taking it down the left side. Tweston, good move, avoiding the tackle there. Now it's going to be Burns fighting for it, but he can't get it. It is taken away by Alex Daw. Good spin move, number 16 there, Abdul Rahman. Getting around the defender. And then we saw Banks trying to make a move, but couldn't, and Commerce now comes up with the ball. Back to Tweston on the back line for the Red Knights. So far, all the Red Knights, but it's looking like Cooper is able to generate a few opportunities. We'll see how that follows in this game, but Horton right now, a good positioning, a shot, and another save. It looks like Horton was onside, so once again, a big opportunity for Benilde, and they just can't come up with it. I think that was Elin that sent it down again, but Horton definitely had a big jump on that. He must have really run after that ball was kicked because he had feet on his defender. Good shot too, just a great diving save again by Lincoln Koskela. I mean, he's had a couple big ones today. Out of bounds, Benilde ball. Monagle trying to take it in now. Up top, moving in to take it away is Pinzon Medina. And now through to Banks. Banks through might have a chance, but Tweston is going to get there, and he's going to let Pulley send it out. Pulley just sends it about 15 yards upfield and even farther to the left. It goes out of bounds, and that'll be Cooper ball. I believe now in at keeper, wearing number 0 is Pedro Ortega on the roster, and he's wearing 0 out there. I believe that's Ortega. Sent through, Horton with another opportunity. He'll get there this time, but he's got a couple defenders coming down. About 4 defenders now in the area. Horton trying to make the move himself, and that was number 6, Alex Daw, on him. Horton couldn't do anything with it. Now the ball's going to go back to Cooper. Just about 8 minutes to go in the first half. Haven't seen any goals since the first 8 minutes of the game. 2 of them, almost 3 by Luke Horton. Doesn't have a hat trick yet, but he's had a few opportunities since then, and all indications point to him at least getting a couple more opportunities. And now there is Horton with the ball. He's tripped up, though, by the turf. Through now to McMonigal. He sends it out to Jerry to avoid number 14, Fitzsimmons, getting in there. And now it's through again. Number 19, Billy Panic, with it in the corner. Kelly Panic, sister, huge Benilde-St. Margaret's women's soccer star on a few state championship teams. Hockey star as well, I should say. She's playing at the University of Minnesota now. Love to see that dual sport athlete. They're a star in one sport. It's not even the sport they're best at. So, another comparison would be Griffin Elin, lacrosse star. ParkTV's done a few of his games this last year. Now a chance for Cooper up front. Over the side and headed in. It's a good save by Pulley, and that was, I believe, number 11, Ogamba. Eddie Ogamba I think he's going for the header, got his shoulder on it. It looked like it was on target from here, but Pulley got there and got the save. No, not able to clear it is McMonigal. Does go to bounds, though. McMonigal throwing it in.
Entering the game for the
Connor
Hawks.
Lamb, but there will be subs. Gormley is coming back in, and going out for Benilde is Carter Payne.
Number 4.
And coming in for Cooper is their number 7, Pinzon Medina. Out of the game was William Johnson. Gormley with it now. And back and over to Commerce. Can't quite get it through, though. Good defensive play by Zeze there. He's all over the place. It's got to be kind of annoying for this Benilde defense and back midfield trying to get it upfield, and they're going to have to send it back to Joey Pulley for this one. He sends it through. Now Tweston might have a play on it, but swooping up quickly is Ogamba. Ogamba couldn't get there, though. Tweston sent it to the middle, however, pressure, and ending up getting it was Banks. Now Cooper controlling it. We'll see if they can do anything with this turnover opportunity. He just kicks it right into Elin, and whistle blown. Foul there, and it will be Cooper ball. Two 2-0 Red Knights. 5 minutes to go in the first half. There, good fight for the ball. Zeze, he's keeping control of it, and he's just trying to get through, very aggressive. And Pinzo Medina ends up handling it through to the side. A shot off the post. That was Ogamba. Nice setup, though, for the Hawks there. And they're playing a very aggressive game. They are not out of this game, and they don't think they are either. Another shot there. They're just firing them away here as we're approaching the end of the first half. But wow, Gamba really had a chance there. I think he's had a couple on that side. One a couple minutes ago, and that one was a very good shot. Couldn't get it through, though. Pulley's a solid keeper. They're going to miss him next year. He's a senior. Throw into Elin from Commerce now. and through again. Elin really trying to push it through this game. Benilde playing a lot more aggressive than I've seen them in the past, at least. It's paying off for them so far. Luke Horton's a good guy to get it to down there, and Elin's going to try again. Can't quite get it there, though. They're not going to make it that easy. Now that Cooper's expecting that, they're going to play their game differently and be a little more aggressive getting there on defense, because they know the speed of Luke Horton. They're not going to let him get any free opportunities anymore. Made that mistake a couple times. Jerry handling it now. It does go out of bounds. That will be Cooper ball. Ref telling him to hold on a second here for the throw in. Down in the corner. And out of bounds. It will be Benilde ball there. 2.5 minutes to go in the first. It's going to be Tweston sending it downfield. Through the middle, but Johnson gets there to send it back. Abdul-Rahman up to Ogamba. Ogamba over to Banks. Banks looking downfield as he's got 3 defenders near him. Banks again trying to set up. He sends it into the middle there, trying to get it to Pinzon Medina. But that doesn't quite work out. And Billy Panic was attempting to get it downfield, but Cooper taking it back, and now Ogamba again on the right side. We'll see if he can do anything here. Through the middle, and it's Jerry Calignor down there. Out of bounds, off Cooper, throw in for Benilde. See if McMonigal can get it downfield. He can't because Banks is there ready for it. Good job by Cooper keeping it on this side of the field. And just as I say that, of course, it looks like Panic is going to get through but doesn't. So Gamba now on the right side with a minute left in the first half. This would really help Cooper out if they could get the first goal here before halftime. Oh, and an aggressive play in there. I don't think he got the ball. But no card. Didn't look like it was too messy. Now through again. 30 seconds left in the first half. See if they can do anything with it. This is Banks. Banks over to Ogamba with Tweston on him. Sent through, but that'll just be Joey Poley picking that up. He's going to send it right back down. That might be the last opportunity Cooper has of the first half. We'll see. And it looks like it will be. Just 10 seconds to go. Cooper on their side of the field. Doesn't look like Benilde will have a chance either. So that's going to just about do it for the first half. So far, we've got Benilde scoring twice early. As you hear the siren, the clock just ran down to 0. 2-0 Red Knights here in the first half. Luke Horton has had probably 5 or 6 opportunities. He converted on 2 of them. One was a penalty kick. And then a couple minutes later, he just beat his man. Elin set him up nicely, and he went in there. But then on the second penalty kick, a good job following it to the right was Lincoln Koskela, and he has a couple saves. Although it was Pedro Ortega in the game. So he has a couple. And that's about it for the first half. After the first few minutes, it's looked fairly even. Cooper has generated a few opportunities. And it looks like this could be a competitive game in the second. So stick with us here on ParkTV. I'm Ethan Lee. Thanks for joining us for the first half. 2-0 Red Knights. We'll see you in just a few minutes for the second.
We have a job to do out here today.
To be a winning team, you have to work like a winning team.
My team depends on me.
And my team is 50,000 strong. Looks like a lot of work's going into this.
This is what it feels like to be part of a team.
A winning team.
The action team.
Get in on the action at actionteam.org. Are you in?
And we're back at Benilde-St. Margaret's High School for the second half of this soccer game tonight. Metro West Conference matchup between Cooper and Benilde. So far 2-0. If you're just joining us for the second half, Luke Horton had a pair of goals in the first. Early, actually, about 3 minutes in, he got a penalty kick, sent it to the right side. Goalie went to his right, so put that one in. And then just a couple minutes later, off of a feed, I believe by Griffin Elin, Luke got in a foot race with his defender, beat him by a foot or two, sent a nice shot into the back of the net over the goalkeeper, Koskela, who was charging up on him. Just barely made it to the left of the post and in. Beautiful shot by Luke Horton. He had another penalty opportunity, but the first one he made was called back. Second one was saved. A couple good saves now, and in the game is Pedro Ortega now at keeper. He's been in since some point in the first half for the Hawks, and a new keeper in for Benilde as well. I believe that is Jose Machuca.
Jose Machuca.
Cooper with the throw in and right back out, and McMonigal looks like he'll be throwing it in. To the middle, that's Gormley. Back to Commerce, who's got Tweston up and on his left, but he goes straight through to Horton. And it looks like Horton and Segner both went for that one and then both kind of backed off. Segner didn't quite get there, so the Hawks took it back, and they're trying to clear it downfield now. Using the back line a lot today. But this Cooper team, if you were watching the end of the first half, you saw them generate a lot of opportunities. Joey Poley had to make 3 or 4 good saves at the end. And part of that, Ogamba got opportunities. I think Banks was up there a little bit. But this is definitely a team that's going to fight through, and this game is by no means over just because it's 2-0. 3-0 would have made it a little more difficult, and it would have given Luke a hat trick in the first 15, 20 minutes of the game. Didn't end up happening, so it's a little more competitive ball game, and Cooper knows that they're in this one. They've been down in a lot of games, actually. Lost 8-1 to Apple Valley, 7-0 to Minneapolis South. Lost 4-2 to Washburn. So they know what it's like to be behind, but they can still come back and win this one. They're coming off a win against Kennedy about a week ago. They won their first game of the season in overtime against Heritage Christian Academy. Those are their 2 wins so far. But right now, Benilde controlling it. They know they don't have to put any more in the net. They just got to keep the Cooper Hawks out of their box, and they should be good. Easier said than done, however. And that ball goes right past Horton, and number 6, that's Alex Daw, is going to let it go out. And now the big leg and Cullen Barholt sending it down the field. No major changes for either team in the second half as Luke Horton sends it left for his 3rd goal of the game. That's his hat trick there. Good job by Luke Horton, as it looked like Cooper's defense was kind of falling asleep. And I was just going to say no major changes for the second half, except Benilde changed their goalie. Machuca in the game now. But that's Luke Horton again. That's his 3rd goal of the game. That's what we call a hat trick here. And he really needed that one. For his own benefit, as earlier he thought he had the hat trick on the penalty that called back, and then just saved by the keeper for Cooper, which I believe at the time was Koskela, who is not in the game any longer. He was announced as the starter. But anyway, Luke Horton with a hat trick.
Not being in the office. However, you look can too.
Now some confusion on the field. Ref talking to 14, Fitzsimmons, Andrew Fitzsimmons. He's the junior or senior midfielder, excuse me. It's through there, now Elin taking it. See what he does. Gives it up to Colin Segner, and it's sent back the other way. Through now to McMonigal. He's got 3 Hawk defenders on him, and that's enough to take it away. I really like how Abdul Rahman has been playing with his feet there. He's light on his feet and he's quick. He can fake guys out, as well as Ogamba, who tried to send it through there, couldn't. Benilde gets it back. I think that was Cleveland that sent it away. And Benilde getting it all the way downfield to Luke Horton. Horton through to McMonigal. Here's a chance for Benilde for their 4th. McMonigal cannot get there, and picking it up is Pedro Ortega. Just a sophomore keeper for this team, so we got 2 sophomore keepers in the game right now.
Into the game for the Hawks, number 23, William Johnson.
And now Will Johnson comes into the game. Saw him a little bit earlier. Didn't start this game, but came in and played a good amount of time in the first half. Now he's back in. And at a good time, as Cooper looks like they've been holding the ball at least for a second here, trying to make an opportunity out of nothing, but so far not the start they wanted, as we're 6 minutes into the first half. Haven't really created any opportunities yet. And lighting on his feet, Abdul Rahman takes it away. I just like how he plays the ball. He's really swift. You can tell he's been playing the game for a long time. He has confidence in himself. He knows what he's doing. It's not something you see in every player. And now I like this teamwork. I think it's Commerce down there, the captain, tying the shoe of the goalkeeper, Machuca. As you can see there on your screen by the net. Just got done with that, so I think Commerce told Tweston to take his time there so he could get that shoe tied. Machuca's got those gloves on. Can't really tie laces like that. Good teamwork there on Benilde's back line. And now it's sent up front. And then back to Cleveland. Downfield now, that's McMonigal on the side. Now Benilde's back line controls it, and it's sent up to Gormley. Gormley to Elin. But it's taken away. That was Banks, number 10, for Cooper taking that one. Cleveland sending it down to Elin. Burns through, that's Horton, he sends it back. Colin Segner, excuse me, and Horton. Horton threw his shot up and saved. Good poke away there. And that was Pedro Ortega in the net now. He's been in there for a while. He had that good diving save earlier. Now Gormley taking it back, going the wrong way, and Weston up to Cleveland. Through to Horton. See if Segner can get there. No, but it rolls out of bounds, and they're saying it's off Segner. Segner doesn't buy it. It's Cooper throw in, and now he's back there trying to control it. Sends it down. Horton's not going to get there, however, and it looks like Pedro Ortega is going to be the one. Now we have an injury. It looks like Cleveland got hurt down there.
Into the game for the Hawks, number 14, Andrew Fitzsimmons.
His left leg.
Back in the game for the Red Knights, number 7, Carter Payne.
He's limping off. No need to keep him in there when they're up 3-0 here with half an hour left in this one. And he's holding his right ankle. It looks like on the sideline there. Coach Dave Platt's going to talk to him. Doesn't look too bad, though. Obviously, he was able to go off on his own power. Signer trying to get it through, taken away. Cooper clears it downfield. And that's Gormley there, sending it back the other way. It went off Ogamba, so it will be Benilde throw-in. Not hitting Ogamba, that would have gone out eventually on Gormley, and it would have been Cooper ball, but they take it back. Ogamba getting it. See if he can do anything with it, sending it. No, that was premature. It looked like he was going to send it down the right side to Pinzone Medina. Didn't, but he sent it over. Taken back by Vanille, however. McMonagle has a chance here to take it downfield and try to get it to Horton in the middle. Just keeping possession was too difficult, though, and that's Abdul Rahman taking it away. He sends it deep down the side. It will roll out, and that will be a throw-in for the Red Knights. Cole Mickelbein, first time we've called his name today. Saw him quite a bit against Edina last game that I did here at Benilde. That's Carter Payne on defense in front of Banks and Gamba. And now Griffin Elin taking it away. We'll see what he can do as he sends it up to Horton. Can Horton beat Varhol? No, he can't. And that's the keeper, Pedro Ortega, getting there just in time. His back line controlling it now, and that's Abdul Rahman. Over to Zaize. It's through, but getting there and sending it off is Machuca, sending it way out of bounds, out of the stadium into the prairie behind. Someone unlucky is going to have to climb the fence and retrieve that later. Soccer balls are expensive. It's not like in lacrosse, you just throw one over and leave it. Elin now to Payne. We'll see what Payne can do with it. Those yellow cleats. Another thing I love about soccer, checking out all the cleats. All the colors you see down there. Don't need to match those. And now with the chance is Segner, and he just sends it off to the right. He had a good angle, really had the advantage over Pedro Ortega there, but just couldn't put it in the net, just off to the right side.
Red Knights, number 6, Cormac Hayden.
Now we see Hayden coming into the game. I think that's McMonagle that just went out. Zai with it. Elin putting some pressure on him, so he'll send it back. Gamba send it back to Zeze, and he's going quickly around. He sends it up to Banks. Banks with Payne on him. Aggressive fight there. Payne really trying to get that one, and he's going to get behind Banks and a little bit of a shove. They're going to call a card on him. I don't know. I kind of saw that coming with the push there with Banks going down. I don't know if that was card worthy, but they were definitely both playing very aggressively. Maybe Carter got frustrated getting beat. It's just a yellow card, no big deal. Just got to be careful the rest of the game. So he's going to go out for now, obviously. We'll do that in high school. And now that will be 14 for Benilde. Nick Burns coming in. Gamba sends it through. And Machuca can't get there, and it's sent into the back of the net by that mysterious number 9, not on the roster, but wow. Great opportunity generated there. And I think that was Ogamba. Yeah, it was Ogamba taking that kick right into the middle there. Machuca couldn't get there, and now some life in this Cooper Hawk team. They're still down 3-1, but with 26 minutes left, and considering Benilde scored their first 2 goals in the first 7 minutes, anything can happen here. And Cooper definitely playing like they want it more right now. And that's where you see the rare occasion where you see a direct impact on a yellow card that far out. I think it was like the 30-yard line that Ogamba took it from. He sent it in, and it was powered into the back of the net almost immediately. So not often you see those yellow card free kicks from way out like that really make a difference. I mean, you never want them, and coaches are always going to be on you about it. But a direct impact there, but you can't take credit away from both the players connecting on that one for Cooper. So 3-1, 25 minutes left in this game. Benilde on the back line. That is Gormley. Sent through. Elan's going to handle it. We'll see what he does. Sends it back and through to Horton. Horton sends it back to Elan again. Elan to Horton. Elan's to his left. Horton's going to take a long shot, and it's off of the football goalpost, so just above the crossbar of the soccer net off the football, and that, I mean, a couple feet off, but that was a dart of a shot by Horton. Just needed to get it a little lower. And I don't think Ortega could reach the top of the net, so ideal placement right there. It was just a little bit lower for Horton to put in his 4th goal of the game, but can't do it. Still 3-1 Benilde. They have the ball, had the ball, however, and send it out of bounds, so it will be Hawks going down the field, hopefully, for them. But Banks cannot control it on the throw-in. It goes over into the middle, and that was Burns controlling it. Horton now sending it over. That's Colin Segner, number 5. But a good fight for the ball there, and it is awarded to Cooper, as it looked like Segner got on the back and a little too close, maybe a push on number 6, Alex Da, who got the takeaway, gets credit for that one there. Ogamba tries to get it through the middle. It's off Elan. Elan's been the deflector of a few passes today. One of the bigger guys on the field for the Red Knights. Over to Banks. Banks, 3 guys collapsing in on him. He gives it out to Ogamba. Ogamba on the right side. He's got a dangerous cross if he can get there. But coming in very aggressively, I think is Commerce, and he was shoved after the play. Ogamba getting very frustrated. I don't think they called that, however. Ref's inside, and Commerce is very frustrated. He's telling the ref right now. They're having a chat, but yeah, Commerce got over there and took it away. It looked like Ogamba got frustrated and went for the push down. I just don't think the ref saw it. It makes you wonder on that Carter Payne yellow card earlier where he obviously got on his man from behind and pushed him down, but there it looked pretty clear. It was after the ball was away from them. And I think Ogamba gave an arm or a shoulder. But if they're going to call that one against Payne, I wonder if they really just did not see it there. If they saw that play and didn't think it was card worthy, but they thought Carter Payne's was, I don't know. But that's done and over with. Benilde is taking it down now. Cooper banks over to Ogamba, but he won't get there as it rolls out of bounds, and now Weston will be taking it in. Sees Segner. Segner got 2 men on him there. Looks like Ogamba pushed the arm out again. I think that time he just lost his footing though. Zay through. In zone Medina now trying to take it. And Burns got in there. Over to Ogamba on the side. Here's a chance. He sends it in. And that's Commerce getting a foot on it, but then going through their number 7, Pinzon Medina, looked like he was going to have a shot opportunity. He falls down, however. Good defense there. Good pressure by Benilde, keeping it out. After Commerce went down, though, it looked like they were really going to have a chance at a shot there, Cooper. Abdul-Rahman now, taking it around Elin again. Abdul-Rahman, we've seen him light on his feet all game. He hasn't had the ball much, but when he has, he's been making it happen. Horton now sending it through and hustling down there, not quite going to get there for Benilde, but hustling down Cole Nickelbein. It's the fastest I think we've seen anyone run all day, including Luke Horton, who had those 2 guys beat earlier, one of them drawing a penalty. Now, big leg for the Hawks. Colin Varhol will be sending it downfield. And out of bounds, Benilde throw in. It's going to be Nickelbein. Nickelbein looks like he was going for Burns. Cooper got on that one though. Segner putting some pressure on. We'll see if he can get to it. Little shove there, and that wasn't intentional, obviously. That's part of fighting for the ball. But obviously awarded to the Hawks. Banks can't quite get there. Abdul-Rahman down the left side. It's through. That was Pinzon Medina with a nice pass setting up, but it ends up just going to Machuca. He's going to take his time here and then send it down. Ball would have landed around the 45, but Abdul-Rahman got under that. And rather than Segner getting to it, it got down to Banks, but Cooper can't control it. So it's Segner sending it down to Horton, and the whistle was blown.
Entering the game for the Red Knights, number 2, Eli.
And that's Eli Cave now, son of former girls varsity coach for Benilde. Going to be in the game, and Luke Horton's going to get a breather, well-deserved breather. He has all 3 goals in this game for Benilde. Not that he hasn't had help setting him up, but got to give him credit for the hat trick, and definitely going to be the player of the game in this one, barring Cooper comeback, which is entirely possible. 17 and a half minutes left, only down by 2 goals. We'll see, though, as Elin gets the pass from Burns, and he sends it down the right side, trying to connect with Cormac Hayden, and it goes out of bounds. But Benilde looking good in the second half, haven't allowed too many chances for Cooper, as it was looking at the end of the first half like Benilde's defense was starting to lose control of this one. After a solid first 30-35 minutes. Allowed the 1 goal on just a good setup on the free kick. I think it was Ogamba over here on our side of the field. Sent it into the box. Machuca couldn't get there. And now Eli Cave is set up with one, but he is not running as fast as Alex Daw, who's been sweeping in there all game on the back line. Preventing a few chances. And now Eli Cave getting the ball back. He sends it over to Segner. We'll see what Segner does. He sends it through, trying to connect with Burns. Can't. Hayden's on the other side. Hayden just sends it right to Pedro Ortega. Not much you can do there as is rolling out. But good chance and good recovery for Eli Cave there. Got it into Segner. Segner got it across. Hayden just couldn't quite get there. That seems to be the story off, and just a couple steps away from a huge shot opportunity. Not so much today, however. Both teams playing fairly well. At the beginning of the first half, we were getting stuck up in the midfield a lot. But a nice free-flowing game so far. No real incidents. We had the Carter Payne yellow card. Don't think we've seen him on the field since. And then we saw one incident down by the goal that Benilde is defending, where it looked like Commerce got shoved down by Ogamba. No call, though, and Commerce he seemed furious. He was talking to the ref. He was being a good sport about it. He was obviously being respectful, as they're expected to do in high schools. We've seen Elin shot there over the crossbar. But he felt, I believe, from his reaction to the play and how he was talking to the ref, that he felt that he was blatantly shoved down. I guess I would need a replay to know for sure, but definitely looked like a play where it was after the ball went away and Ogamba was frustrated. Happens in sports, though. Doesn't seem like Benilde thinks it's too big of a deal right now. They're just trying to keep the lead and leave this stadium with another win that'll increase their record to 7 wins, 5 losses, 2 ties. Still got a long way to go, though. Just under 15 minutes remaining in the second half. Gormley heads it, but it just goes right to Banks, and now Banks is going to try to make something happen here. He does just end up looking back, though, giving it to Noah Johnson. Johnson can't get it through, and that was Nick Burns taking it, but Abdul-Rahman ends up getting it back and sending it to Ogamba. Ogamba down the right, beating Tweston. Tweston's going to get back on him and send it out of bounds, but it should be a corner for the Hawks. So here's an opportunity for them. Obviously, their front's a little shorter than Benilde's defense. Gonna look for the height mismatch on the header, but really, unlike in professional soccer at higher levels, where a lot of times it's just a cross and a header, and anything can really happen on this. Ball can get batted down. get kicked in, and we see here the ball goes a little far to the side, and Pinzon Medina is going to get on that. So a blown chance, or a missed chance at least, for the Hawks on that cross, on the corner kick. It's sent through, and he's going to be offsides. I thought he was offsides, but I was looking at the ref, didn't see the call yet. That was 19 Zeze. He's one of the quicker guys, so he gets through there quick. And at this point in the game, under 13 minutes to go, down by 2, there are going to be times where you're just going to lose track of where the defensive line is, and that was one of those. Cummings tries to go through to Burns, can't. Weston on D now against Abdul Rahman. Abdul Rahman with it again. Burns on him. Weston against Alex Daw. And Daw sends it over. Cullen Varhol is there, but he's not going to quite get there. And Cormac Hayden's going to get it. Ends up going back downfield, however. Cormac can't control it for long on that right side. Gormley really hustling to get through there. And I think Machuca might have gotten there to send it away, but playing it safe is Gormley with this 2-goal lead here, with just under 12 to go. So it's going to be a Cooper throw in. They're in a good spot here. They're going to start pressing a little more, playing up. They're going to do whatever they can to at least get within 1 here. And now Banks falls down as it's sent away by Benilde. Don't know what happened there. He's okay, though. Looked like he might have been hurt for a second. His hand went down by his knee, but wasn't holding anything, luckily. Eli Cave on the right side, sent out of bounds by Varhol. Now you see Burns with the ball, looking to throw in. Does to McMonigal. And he sends right back to Nick Burns through the middle. Griffin Elin is there. Can't handle it, though. And it's taken away by Banks. Banks up to the right side. That's 23, William Johnson, back in the game. Dorman sees Alex Daw on the right. Now they're playing a lot more up as you see Daw up past midfield there. He's going to come back now to help Varhol, but Varhol just sends it down. Burns now with it. Elin trying to get through there. Sent up by Hayden. Eli Cave can't get there. It will be Varhol again with it. Abdul Rahman now. Cave trailing him, but Abdul Rahman isn't going to let him get to it as he sends it up to Za. Now it's back to Za after a little touch pass to Pinzon Medina. Za's got to do something, though. Griffin Elin, one of the best midfielders for this Benilde team, on him. And I think he was looking at the ref for a foul call. I don't know, but I wasn't expecting that. Ref's really letting them play, as we saw earlier in the corner with, I think it was Commerce getting knocked down. And that might be part of the reason why Carter Payne was called, and Commerce, when he got knocked down by, I think it was Ogamba didn't get called because Payne was directly behind his guy and he kind of got shoved straight down. And I think Ogamba's little shove was when the ball was after the ball was somewhere else. Even if any ref was looking at him, might have been hard to tell. From up here, I think it looked like a shove, but it definitely doesn't look as bad when it's not from behind. Regardless, though, this game has been fairly aggressive. You see that especially with Griffin Elin and Za. Da, excuse me. Cooper now with a chance here, kick from around the 30-yard line. So obviously not an ideal shooting position, 45 yards out, but we saw the first goal for Cooper, the last goal we saw, was from this side of the field, your near side on the screen, my near side as well. And it was Ogumba sending it in. So we could see another one here, as this is how they scored their first. Pinzon Benitez getting play on it now. But good pressuring defense. Number 8, Connor Lamb. Down is Banks. It's going to be Cooper ball on that one. But Banks looks like he might actually be hurt. Maybe just slow to get up. So one thing as a soccer player, you gotta master the art of diving and looking more hurt than you actually are. He does look like he's a little shaken up, however. And interesting thing to note, we saw Cleveland go out earlier for Benilde. Don't think we've seen him back in the game since then. Maybe just precautionary. Right now they're not in an emergency spot where they need that captain. 7.5 minutes to go, up by 2. A shot from way out just sails over by about 5, 6, 7 feet maybe over the crossbar, but a bullet. Now we have 3 players coming in for Benilde. That's Payne, Segner, and number 19, I think. So that's Billy Panic. And going out will be Elin, Burns, and Hayden. So some last minute subs here. Under 7 to go now. Put some more defensive players in. Taking players like Hayden out. More of a forward, offensive-minded player, as they're going to try to just hold this 3-1 lead. Cooper's not going to give up easily, though. Here's Banks trying to do it himself. Then he sends it out to Ogumba. Ogumba on the right, crossing off of Weston. That will be a corner for the Hawks here. Looks like Ogumba's going to take it from the corner. We'll see who he's got inside here. We're looking at 19 Zeze is in the box there. And Ogumba's actually going to switch out, so he'll be in there. Getting some more height in there. And a little shoving match going down by the net there. That was 14 Fitzsimmons. Nothing really resulted of it. They were just fighting for positioning, but could have probably gotten called if the ref saw that. It wasn't where the play was happening. As Benilde controls another Cooper corner. And that is one of the few chances Cooper will have left. They definitely have time to score a couple goals, but you cannot waste a corner like that. Let's Panic, send it out to the outside. Through to the middle. Just goes over Panic's head. But sending that in was Nickelbein. The 5-minute mark now. Just 5 minutes to go. We've played 75 here. Benilde-St. Margaret's High School 3-1 Red Knights. 3 Luke Horton goals. And Carter Payne getting through there, playing pretty aggressively but clean. Taking it from Zeze, but it does end up going out of bounds. Payne and Ogumba both think that it's theirs. They give it to Cooper. Ref talking to Payne and Tweston. I don't know quite what he's saying to them. Obviously, I can't hear from up here in the booth, but it looks like they're not agreeing with it. Play goes on, though. And a fight through, very aggressive for Varhol there. Coming way up, making a play on this, normally from defense. And Commerce and Varhol had a collision, but they're both all right, and they talked it out for a second. No fight going on there. Neither player really wanted to get in an altercation here with 4 minutes left. Just aggressive play by this Cooper team trying to get back into it. Farrell just kind of ran into Commerce there. No dirty play, and you know he's just playing very aggressive now. McMonigal was the man he was playing on. And he got shoved a little, like they gave the ball to Cooper. Down the left side now. Only a limited number of chances left for Cooper. We're at the 3.5 minute mark. Still 3-1 Benilde. Looking good for them. Trying to improve to 7-5-2. Just above 500 right now at 6-5. Those two ties earlier in the season against Breck, and then just last game against St. Louis Park. That one went into overtime. Obviously, it was 0-0 all the way through. Now Benilde corner. Number 5 will be taking it. That, of course, is Colin Segner. He's been in here most of the game. Don't know if we've seen him take a corner. It looked like Panic was knocked down as we see a shot just over the crossbar. I mean, I shouldn't say just over. It was from close range, but went high. Now Cooper, under 2 minutes. Gonna be pretty desperate there as we see a little push by Payne. Banks was upset with that, got the call though. Out on Benilde, Cooper throw in, taken away. But of course, Alex Dawes back there. Minute and a half left. Cooper gonna do anything to try to score, but it might just be too little too late for them. They're gonna need 2 of them if they want to take it to overtime. And that's Banks lying on the ground now, trying to get something called. Carter Payne just looking at him, thinking about how ridiculous he's being. I don't know who's right. I missed the collision, but I feel like he would be cramping down there. It looks like they're trying to stretch him out, get in there. Now they're sending the trainer in. And I think Payne looked back to try to tell the ref that he was hurt. I think he was actually helping him there. But it looked like on the initial collision, as Payne's been playing pretty aggressively and players have called for multiple fouls on him, it looked like he might have just been looking at him like, what are you doing? It seems like he is hurt though. Cramps are the worst as we're down there, and it's a shame that just a minute left this is happening for him. Maybe dehydrated. He's been hustling all game long. One of the most involved players in this game. Lorenzo Banks, the senior. He's helped up. Does appear just to be cramps. He's going to get off the field for the last minute of this one. Eli Cave giving him a little pat on the back. And that's something people don't realize about sports that haven't played for a while or just haven't played. Cramps, there are far worse injuries as far as how they affect you in the future, but cramps can be one of the most painful and hard to get through things at the time that you can experience as an athlete. It's not fun, and they just keep happening. You have to get hydrated, get stretched out a little, move around, but not a good injury. Not something permanent, obviously. So Banks will just sit out for the rest of this one. The long minute 5 seconds that we have remaining. No stoppage time in high school soccer, so of course the clock stops for injuries. So once we get started, we'll have a minute 5. Cooper needing 2 goals in the last minute. Here is the throw in, Ogamba. Trying to get to Landis. It gets through though. Machuca on it. And that might just seal the deal for Benilde here. We're at 45 seconds. I can't imagine Cooper getting 2 goals here, but they're going to keep going at it. Abdul Rahman there with the ball. Over to Zeze. Zeze sends it up. And it's just going to go too far out of bounds. 20 seconds to go, so that'll just about wrap it up for this one. We saw 3 by Luke Horton. Cooper got the 1 goal, obviously, here in the second half, but we saw a penalty kick with about 37 minutes to go in the first half, so about 3 minutes into that. And then a few minutes later, another one was set up by Elin. Horton got that one, big hustle. And then in the second half, on the left side of your screen, Horton sent another one right through into the back of the net for his 3rd, and that's a hat trick. That is the story of this game. Luke Horton, by far, player of the game, man of the match, as they say. And that'll just about do it for us here. 3-1 Benilde-St. Margaret's against Cooper. Good one for them. That moves them to 7-5-2 as they prepare for the playoffs. Cooper now going to 2 wins, 10 losses, and a tie. Thanks for watching this one on ParkTV. I'm Ethan Lee. Benilde 3, Cooper 1 is your final score. And I'll see you guys later for another one, but thanks for joining us for this one. I had a lot of fun. Hope you did too. ParkTV 16. See you again soon.